What got me to where I am and where I continue to go and where I will continue to go is an insane work ethic.
Yes.
And it's an insane work ethic. You can only put in that amount of work if you were doing something that you are passionate about. And that's what I have engaged my entire life's work in. You cannot fully commit to something if you are not passionate about it. So you must look at your surroundings, at the things you were involved in, and ask yourself, are you truly passionate about these things? Do you truly want to put every ounce of your being into these things? We should use our power to lead, never to boss. And that's what I'm trying to do with my people around, to lead and grow and let's see what the next 30 years will bring, because I've no doubt it will be more amazing historical things. I come from a place, Dublin 12. It is a hard-working town. It has its good and it has plenty of bad, but I always like to focus on the good because the good shines through. But where I come from, we're not supposed to climb to these heights. We're told that. It's instilled in us. And I wanted to break that mold and pave the way, open up paths. You know, I knew I could do something better. I knew I had something in me. I just wasn't sure even what it was. We were laughed at. I was laughed at when I said we were going to get to the UFC. Myself and my team were going to get to the UFC. Never mind get a win. Never mind even get a win in the UFC. Then win a belt. Then win the second belt. I've just used all that fuel that I'm not supposed to do it, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to outwork everyone that says I cannot do it. And that's what I did. So my sister, when I was a young kid at around 15 years of age, came to me with a book, The Secret, and preaching the law of attraction. Yeah. I'm only a young kid. I didn't care about that. I wanted to just go out and play. You know, I wasn't interested. I was almost laughing at it. But then she kept on me with it, and I eventually watched a movie on it and read some books on it. And then it started to resonate with me. Like my girlfriend, we used to drive to a food place in like a shopping mall in Ireland, and I would always visualize that the car park space right at the front door would be empty for me, waiting for us to pull up. Yeah. And sometimes I'd get it and sometimes I wouldn't get it. You know, but when I got it, I'd celebrate it like I just won my double world title. I became so damn good at it that I was able to go into bouts against undefeated fighters for not defeated for over 10 years, or, you know, people with insane fighting legacies. And I was able to go in front of the world and tell the world, I'm going to knock this man out with this exact shot at this exact time. I want what's mine, and that's what I'm going to get what I deserve. See, I was visualizing before I even knew about it. Obviously, soccer is huge in Ireland and the UK, and it was my first love, most certainly. I used to sneak out of the house late at night. I'd take the football out and play on the grass patch on my own, and I would kick the ball against the wall. And when I kicked the ball against the wall, I would imagine it was a goal, the goal net, and I scored a goal, and I would run off. And I would visualize a screaming arena cheering me on. And I ended up in a similar one, so it all worked out, and it was all true visualization. So many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but you know what? Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough. It's just about making sure your internal dialogue and your internal belief in yourself is strong enough that it can withstand the external. So I'm trying to continue to learn. It's a daily occurrence not to let that external infiltrate my internal. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. Who am I? Yes. I know who I am. I am an Irish animal, a proper Irish animal. I put my people on, I put my nation on the map. Although we are known as the Fighting Irish, in boxing terms, we have a rich history in boxing, but not in mixed martial arts. True fighting, a full fight. We had zero history, zero impact. You know, for so long, like in my mid to late 20s, when I started to acquire wealth and acquire money, I was fascinated with materialistic things. I would buy myself cars, watches, but I switched off of that now. It's like I realized I was spending things on material items and not things on myself. I've switched that completely. I think a trait of the successful is to train early, wake up and train early. You've got to be successful, or you've got to be in shape.
Yes.
To be, you know, you've got to be in shape physically to be in shape mentally. Yes. They go hand in hand. I actually realized that first when I read it on LeBron James. He spent $1.5 million a year annually on himself. I spent zero. If you're in a game, make sure you're in it all the way, all in with it, and then that game will be your game. What got me into combat sport originally was, as I grew older and began venturing outside my home and outside my estate, Again, like I said, Dublin 12, it's a wild out town. You've got to be able to fight. You've got to be able to defend yourself. You truly know yourself, you can know others. So I know what way I feel. I know what way that man feels. I know what I can say to push his buttons. I know what he's thinking. I know what he's afraid of. I know his worries, and I put them under the spotlight.
No matter what was going on in my life and getting involved with the wrong crowd and all, I always, no matter what was going on, some deep situations, I always had the belief that I was going to get here. I was going to get to the UFC. In training, you're going to have emotions, like maybe it might not be your day, and you start over-exerting energy on things, and it just never helps. So just over the years, I've just learned to just be empty. Basically, just be empty in there, empty of thought, empty of emotion, empty of anything, and just trust your reaction. I've been making history for a long time now.